I've been enjoying this. I really have been enjoying it. This is Mega Man NG, and we are back with another TMNT Season 1 episode review. Today we're going to be talking about the episode Baxter's Gambit. You can probably guess that Baxter Stockman has everything to do with it. Anyway, here's the deal. I'll provide a little bit of a summary, as well as some of the main points that I liked. Let's get started, because we only have 7 episodes away to the Season 1 finale. Following a triple threat encounter between the TMNT, the Krang, and the Foot, Baxter tries to convince the Shredder that he has a foolproof plan. Unbeknownst to the big bad, Baxter's real plan is getting revenge on the Turtles as well as Dogpound and Fishface by luring them into a place called the Maze of Doom. It worked, but it only makes things a lot tougher. Now, in order to escape, both the Foot and the TMNT must put their differences aside and form a truce. Can they be able to get out of there while trying to keep their impulses in check? Yeah, that's the whole main thing of the episode. Before we do explain things, there are only 7 episodes left, and this episode has a few firsts. This is the first time in the series that both the TMNT and the Foot have to work together to deal with a greater threat. Baxter Stockman. And yes, Baxter's back. And yeah, even though Baxter is the big bad for this week, he still isn't taken seriously. I just don't know why. He's kind of like a geek, albeit all the bad ways. And trust me, it's just really, really terrifying when you find out that Baxter had a foolproof plan to get them all in one fell swoop. But there was also a lot of firsts that came along with it. Baxter Stockman does become a threat in the episode, albeit in a different story. The most powerful thing about Baxter Stockman is his intellect, relying on his brains instead of bronze. He's the reason why Fishface or Xever got an upgrade. And the fact that, well, he's also the Foot's technical advisor, because he's the one that designs most of the stuff for the Foot, like Xever's body, and soon a whole bunch of stuff that will go as the seasons transpire. But he is still a threat because he still has that robotic body, or rather a robot that he uses to fight against the Turtles. But to think that he would actually have a Maze of Doom? Now that's something. That really is something, and it really shows how terrifying Baxter Stockman can be. Well, not exactly. He's still considered a joke. But just you wait. There was also a subplot involving April continuing her training with Splinter. But at the same time, it also delves into more of Splinter's origins. It was heartfelt but enjoyable, especially at the end when April O'Neil gets her hands on a new weapon, a fan that doubles as a throwing item. Pretty useful for April, and that's going to end up being the staple for her for the entire series. There were a lot of favorite moments for me. I can't even decide. I mean, there was a lot of firsts, I'll tell you that. There was the Maze of Doom, and the fact that both sides had to work together in spite of differing circumstances. Not only that, we also get a backstory on Fishface, aka Xever. And Xever was still a thief, even back then, and after a little stint in jail, he ended up meeting with the Shredder and started working for the Foot. And he did so out of loyalty, just like Bradford, aka Dogpound. But yeah, at least since we have a good backstory, it was pretty interesting. It really was. Not to mention there was the April Splinter subplot, which was pretty enjoyable. Mikey is still as humorous as ever, and I felt the humor really did help the episode big time. What also made it really hilarious is how the TMNT was able to survive all these different things that went down. It was nuts. I really did enjoy it, but it also showcases Baxter Stockman's insanity, because little by little, I felt that his insanity was about to dwindle forth. It was going to be bad for the Turtles and everyone around him. But let's also not forget that Stockman is loyal to the Shredder, because he doesn't have much of a choice. But who knows? Who really knows? Because honestly, the episode was really good. I really did like it big time. We got a lot of firsts. There was the subplot was really enjoyable. And in some cases, a bit heartwarming. And there was also a bunch of other stuff that made it good. The action and humor was still as great as I imagined. And overall, it ended pretty nicely. It ended when the bad guys the Turtles and the Foot decided they've had enough and decided the truce's over, and they just let each other go. Not to mention Xever throwing something which Raphael was able to quickly catch. There was also a pretty good lesson out of all that too, and I really liked it. Always have to trust your senses because you never know when your enemy will strike. And it truthfully does show. So, I gotta ask, what do you guys think of it? Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know in the comments. My rating for it will be in the description below. We still have a long way to go because we still have more reviews coming in. Another review will be coming tonight. So that is pretty much going to be it for this episode review of TMNT Season 1. I really am enjoying this. I really enjoy doing all these reviews because it's just so much fun. Not to mention I get to provide honest feedback on a show that I should have reviewed sooner. Because I'll be fair, I should have reviewed this when it first came out back in 2012. And now that I'm able to watch all the episodes, I've missed out on a lot. But in my opinion, it's worth it. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys later tonight for when we provide our review on the next episode. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Booyakasha!